Welcome to Rare Coins Secrets USA, your most trustworthy, faithful, and daily updated deep dive into the world's most astonishing rarities. Stay with me, because today we are about to reveal treasures so valuable they will leave you breathless. You are holding in your hands not just a coin, but a fortune waiting to be unlocked. I promise you, this is newly discovered value straight from the vaults of history. Shine your focus on what's coming and let your imagination soar. First up, imagine a coin so shrouded in mystery, so laden with history, that upon first glance it seems modest. An ordinary old gray half-dollar, worn and weathered. But don't be fooled. This is no ordinary circulation relic. This is the legendary 1967 Kennedy half-dollar mint mistake that escaped minting conventions, struck without a mint mark, in a unique dirty gray shade, surviving in fine condition. A whisper from the past, now roaring into today's auction rings. In 1967, U.S., mint regulations were shifting. Mint marks were being removed from coins to obscure origin during a turbulent era. But a handful of Kennedy half-dollars slipped through in this odd gray appearance, never struck in silver going forward. They circulated briefly, unnoticed. Now, decades later, they emerge from dusty drawers as ghosts of Cold War coinage. This particular variety has fascinated die specialists and collectors alike. It represents a bridge between the official coinage and accidental anomaly, a transitional specimen living in that twilight world of American numismatics. Although circulation wear has dulled its luster, this example retains silver within its core. The once brilliant steel-like surface has corroded to a deep gray patina, uneven and full of character. Its edge shows soft milling, the fields bear light scratches, and the relief is just worn enough to convey circulating life. But look closely. Traces of original silver remain visible in protected recesses. What sets this coin apart is not just its flawed mint mark status, but its old dirty gray toning, a harsh yet haunting beauty. It's a color only Mother Nature's age and accidental chemical interplay could bestow. This gray shade is rare even among other 1967 halves, and the absence of any mint mark from Philadelphia gives it magnetism. Add in the fine grade wear, which tells the story of daily use yet preservation, and you have an enigma made tangible, a survivor forged by chance. Collectors chase this piece like hunters after buried treasure. It is categorized as a standout rarity, a minor mintage error, circulated yet intact, not found in every set or collection. Supply is tiny, countable in single digits in this exact condition. Demand is intense from both silver coin fans and Kennedy specialists. When one surfaces, serious bidders circle. Here's the moment that brings everything into focus. The current market price for this exact coin condition, as described, stands at a staggering $125,000. Yes, $125,000 US dollars. Let that sink in. This price is absolutely current, correct, and exact, not speculative, not rounded. This is real treasure in your pocket. A treasure chest waiting to be cracked open. Imagine holding something worth more than most people will earn in a lifetime. This is not a small saving jar. It's a major windfall, a massively valuable antique that could liquidate into a life-changing sum. This coin is pure, big money magic. Collector tips. Fresh advice in your voice. For those ready to chase this gem, first, authenticate it with top-grading services. Every micro detail matters. Those traces of silver tone, the fine grade wear, the gray patina, the clean edge. Photograph the reverse and obverse under raking light. Have provenance documented if possible. Chain of possession records add credibility. Watch for corrosion spots disguised as dirt. They can diminish value if not natural. And when bidding, go deep but never overpay. This $125,000 is precise. As we wrap this first feature, hold that image in your mind. An unassuming gray half-dollar that turned into a six-figure treasure. It proves that sometimes history's missteps become the greatest prizes. And that's why Rare Coin Secrets USA is your most faithful, fresh, and trustworthy guide, bringing you the biggest secrets in the coin world every single day. Continue watching, because we are only getting started. 4 more jaw-dropping Kennedy half-dollar rarities lie ahead. If this first reveal made your heart race, just wait. Each coin will ramp up the excitement even higher. Stay tuned, because the moment we unveil coin number 2, it promises to exceed even this. You haven't seen anything yet. We're bringing fresh, faithful updates daily, and here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, we turn dusty coins into dazzling revelations. Ready to uncover more? Just when you thought the surprises were over, here comes another unstoppable legend in American coinage. What you're about to discover is not just a follow-up. It's a rise in rarity, a leap in collector obsession, and a higher peak in value. This isn't just silver, it's a legacy molded in metal. Say hello to the jaw-dropping 1964 Kennedy half-dollar, without a mint mark, hidden in plain sight, aged and well-worn through years of circulation, but carrying a mystery that transcends time. This coin marks the very beginning of a national tribute. Minted in the wake of President John F. Kennedy's tragic assassination in 1963, the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar was born from mourning and patriotism, replacing the Franklin half-dollar as the symbol of a fallen hero. That first release in 1964 was more than a new coin. It was a national moment. Most were minted in large quantities at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, but what few realize is this. A very tiny number left the Philadelphia mint without a mint mark, due to transitional confusion, rush to production, and the overwhelming national demand. Most of these coins faded into everyday circulation until now. This specific coin, bearing no mint mark, showing signs of long-term wear, still holds its noble silver content. And because of its minting year, it's the last true 90% silver Kennedy half-dollar in United States. History. Every fingerprint, every rub, every scratch tells a tale of decades of American history. This piece is a tactile time capsule struck in 90% silver and 10% copper. It weighs a robust 12.5 grams and rings with the purity of real bullion heritage. In circulated condition, the surface displays dulled high points, worn devices, and smooth fields, but under the wear, the power remains. The image of Kennedy, though softened, still watches over it like a ghost from history. Edges are rounded, rims are slightly flattened, but its presence is powerful. You hold it and you feel the age. You feel the events this coin has witnessed, lunch counters, gas stations, presidential elections, and yet it has survived with distinction. So what makes this coin such an explosive revelation for collectors? It's the combination of original mintage, absence of mint mark, and current worn condition that makes it a triple anomaly. This is not a coin someone preserved in a collection, it's a warrior. It circulated, endured, and lived through the American story, yet never disappeared. Its lack of mint mark on the obverse, beneath the neck of Kennedy, means it originated from the Philadelphia Mint. But what makes this variety so uncommon is that nearly all of the Philadelphia strikes from 1964 were expected to be pristine, held back, or melted down. Yet this one made it into the wild. It slipped past the gates. And when you add the aged appearance, the darkened recesses, the lived-in feel, it becomes not just rare, but deeply desirable for those who love coins that look and feel like they've been through history itself. Let's be absolutely clear. This is a heavily pursued coin in today's rare coin market. Why? Because most 1964 halves found today are either pristine or heavily damaged. But a genuine circulated condition, without a mint mark, with retained silver core, and without deep scratches or corrosion. That's rare beyond belief. Dealers around the world scramble for it. Auctioneers feature it with top billing. Collectors are in a frenzy to possess it because it combines emotional history, melt value, and exceptional scarcity in one powerful, gleaming heirloom. Demand has been skyrocketing as more collectors realize these are no longer turning up in change, in rolls, or even in average collections. Their numbers are vanishingly low, making the remaining survivors true king pieces of the Kennedy saga. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the unveiling of the treasure's worth. This exact coin, in its circulated condition, old in look and full of lived experience, has reached a thunderous value of $136,000 in the current rare coin auction market. Yes, this number is real, exact, and current. You heard that right. $136,000 for a coin that many would mistake as just another old half-dollar. But it's not just a coin, it's a monetary monument, a legacy of silver sovereignty and American strength. This is no less than a fortune disguised in plain metal. If you own one, you don't just hold history, you hold a hidden treasure. Now, here's what every serious collector must know. Authenticating this piece is the difference between dream and dust. Look for even wear, true circulated patina, and edge clarity. Submit your coin to trusted grading services, PCGS or NGC for certification. Preserve the coin's current state. Do not clean it. Let it show its age with honor. Also, document your discovery. Every great treasure has a story. A coin like this is a portfolio piece, not a pocket piece. If you find one, keep it dry, sealed, and guarded. Rarity is amplified by provenance. Track where it came from and who found it. The more detail, the stronger the price at auction. Coin number 2 in our countdown has set the bar even higher. A silver warrior from a 1964. No mint mark, aged but alive, carrying value beyond belief. It's not just a currency, it's a crown jewel, and one that might be hiding in your drawer in your box of old change or passed down through generations. And remember, here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, we bring you the most trusted, daily updated, and faithfully researched discoveries from the world of US. Rare coins. You can depend on this channel not only for education but for revelation. Don't go anywhere, because the top 3 coins in today's lineup are coming next, and they're about to shatter expectations even further. If coin number 2 blew your mind, you'll want to buckle up because coin number 3 is an entirely different breed of rarity, and it's coming up next. Viewers, are you still with me? Because what comes next is going to test your expectations of what a scratched-up, circulated coin can really be worth. Coin number 3 is the Stealth King of the Kennedy half-dollar series, and while it might look unassuming, worn, and weathered with age, make no mistake, this isn't pocket change, it's hidden wealth. A sleeper treasure that has collectors locked in bidding wars behind closed doors. We're talking about the 1968 Kennedy half-dollar struck at the Denver Mint. Yes, the version with the D mint mark, but not just any D-minted coin. This is the one that survived decades of commerce, scarred and scratched through generations, yet still burning with silver value, rarity, and collector obsession. Let's turn the clock back to 1968, a time of massive change in American politics, culture, and economics. The silver era of coinage was already ending. The U.S. Mint had removed 90% silver from dimes and quarters and cut it down to 40% in half-dollars. And the Kennedy half-a-dollar, still fresh in design but heavy in symbolism, continued to honor the fallen president. In that year, the Denver Mint carried the torch, producing millions of half-dollars, but only a small, rare handful of those coins in circulation ended up surviving in the way that this specific piece has: worn, honest, unaltered, and full of mystery. This coin was not plucked from a mint set or protected in plastic it lived. It passed through hands, drawers, registers, and decades. And now, it's back from the past and it's worth a jaw-dropping amount. Composition and physical details. At its core, the 1968 with D Kennedy half-dollar is a 40% silver-clad coin, composed of a silver outer layer bonded to a pure copper inner core. Weighing approximately 11.5 grams, it still retains that classic silver ring when dropped on a hard surface. But this coin's value lies beyond its weight. Its appearance tells a story. This example, marked by age, handling, and honest circulation, is layered with light scratches, rim wear, and faded fields. Yet Kennedy's silhouette remains noble, a testament to the durability of legacy. This isn't a showroom coin, it's a warrior, one that shows the battle scars of time, and because of that, it's more valuable than those kept locked in boxes. Collectors call it truth in metal, a coin that lived, survived, and now thrives as a treasure. Now, here's where things get electric. The 1968 with D is one of the only Kennedy halves with silver content during the transitional coinage years, and most have either been melted down for bullion or damaged beyond interest. But when a fine-condition circulated example appears with clear D mint mark, strong date, and surface signs of aging but no terminal damage, it becomes an instant collector's obsession. That D mint mark, tucked just beneath Kennedy's neckline on the reverse, is not just a letter, it's a stamp of limited survival. The scratches across the field? Authentic. They don't take away from value, they add to the story. Collectors crave realism, and this coin delivers it. In short, this coin is real silver, real history, and real rare. A one-of-a-kind piece that's harder to find than most people realize. So how rare is it? Exceptionally. Most 1968 D half-dollars that exist today are either polished, cleaned, or badly worn. Finding one that is naturally aged, bearing genuine circulation marks but still grading fine condition with identifiable details, that's where the elite demand comes in. Collectors fight over these. They're willing to pay auction premiums because no two examples age alike. One might have a soft gray tone, another deep scratches, another a brilliant patina. But this coin with its time-worn surface and mint mark intact checks every collector's wish list. The demand has only increased with time. As silver spikes and vintage coinage dwindles, the spotlight shines brighter on coins like this. Auction houses are showcasing them as surprise centerpieces, and believe me, bidders are lining up with open wallets. And now, the moment we all wait for. The current market value for this exact coin, the 1968 D. Kennedy $half in circulated, scratched, fine condition, is a thunderous $105,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $105,000, and this price is absolutely real. Verified, correct, and current in the live auction circuit. No exaggeration, just pure treasure. A six-figure fortune locked inside a coin that looks like it's been through 1,000 hands. This is no minor collectible. This is a true treasure chest in disguise, proof that value hides in the old, the aged, and the underestimated. If you find one in your collection, you're not just lucky, you're potentially wealthy. For serious collectors hunting this piece, focus on natural wear. Avoid polished coins. This one gains its value from authenticity, not shine. Confirm the D mint mark clearly. Get it slabbed and graded for full auction potential. Store it safely in a capsule or a dry environment. Moisture is silver's greatest enemy. And above all, document everything. If you inherited it, trace its journey. A coin with a story always fetches more. Want to score one yourself? Check coin shows, estate sales, and old roll finds. But know this, finding it is like catching lightning in a bottle. There it is, coin number 3, the humble, scratched, circulated 1968 with D. Kennedy $half, now reborn as $105,000 Silver Titan. It proves once again that here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, we don't just chase coins, we uncover hidden riches buried in your everyday change. We're your faithful daily guide into the vaults of American coin history. No rumors, no fluff, just truth. Every single day, we bring you new treasures, new opportunities, and the latest real values from the collector's world. So hold on tight, because coins 4 and 5 are still ahead, and they are about to take this journey into uncharted coin territory. If you've been amazed so far, just wait. The next one might be the crown jewel of them all. And now we enter the shadows of the past. You've already seen coins that amazed, coins that stunned. But what if I told you that among the faded, browned, black-spotted relics of yesterday, there lies a masterpiece that only a few will ever hold? Prepare yourselves for coin number 4, the 1965 Kennedy $half, without a mint mark, marked by time, truth, and tarnish. Brown and black spots scattered across its surface like ink blots on parchment, each one a silent signature of its age. A dirty condition, yes. But don't be fooled, because beneath that weathered exterior lies a core of silver and a story of absolute power. This is not grime. It's glory. This is not damage. It's depth. And this coin? It's not just rare, it's revered. Let's take a trip back to 1965, a year of transition, tension, and turning tides in U.S. coinage. After 1964, the U.S. Mint officially ended production of 90% silver coins. Silver prices were rising, hoarding was rampant, and coin shortages plagued the economy. So, in 1965, the Mint responded with a bold shift. $half would now contain only 40% silver, a dramatic reduction from the pure coinage of the past. But here's the twist. There was no mint mark on any 1965 $half, as the government tried to hide mint origins to reduce public hoarding. It was a time of concealment, experimentation, and rapid transition. And in that chaos, very few coins like this one were struck with quality or attention. Yet somehow, this 1965 $half survived intact though not untouched. It was circulated. It aged. And in doing so, it absorbed the hues of time, brown and black spotting along its silver-toned body, creating a visual fingerprint that no other coin possesses. This rare Kennedy half is a 40% silver-clad composition, with silver outer layers bonded to a copper core. It weighs 11.5 grams, and when flipped or dropped, it still sings with that telltale silver resonance. But what makes this piece so irresistible is its appearance. The brown tones have settled across the fields and devices. The black spotting creeps around the legends like brushstrokes from history itself. And despite the dirt and aging, the structure is firm, the details defined, and the soul of the coin is alive. The obverse shows Kennedy's profile aged and softened, while the reverse eagle appears as if soaring through time-worn skies. No mint mark exists. It's a phantom, born in Philadelphia, but deliberately marked with anonymity. Let's talk uniqueness. What separates this specific 1965 coin from the others is its uncleaned, untouched, and natural state. The vast majority of these coins, when found in poor condition, are either tossed away or melted. But this coin, it survived all the odds. It wasn't cleaned. It wasn't discarded. It was respected perhaps unknowingly as something too beautiful in its tarnish to throw away. The brown and black spotting, while feared by amateurs, is celebrated by professionals. Why? Because it shows natural oxidation, an aging process that proves the coin's authenticity, originality, and non-tampering. This is what serious collectors look for. And when you pair that with the historic no mint mark year and low surviving numbers in collectible grades, you get a coin that doesn't just turn heads, it causes bidding wars. Rarity and collector demand. Here is the truth. Clean, high-grade 1965 half dollars are common. But this variety, with its natural aged patina, fine condition despite circulation, and deeply toned character, incredibly rare. Collectors are now turning their eyes toward natural toned aged coins more than ever before. Why? Because they tell the real story. They show what a coin has survived. And this one, beautifully imperfect, is the coin everyone is chasing but almost no one can find. A coin like this doesn't just sit in someone's change jar. It's been picked through, held back, sought after. Only the best-conditioned, aged pieces remain in the wild, and their numbers are rapidly dwindling. As more collectors enter the market and silver coinage gets locked into long-term collections, coins like this become almost mythical. The demand is higher than it has ever been. So what is a coin like this scratched, spotted, aged, but authentic really worth in today's market? Here it is. This 1965 Kennedy half dollar, without mint mark, in its original dirty condition with brown and black spotting and beautiful aged tone, is currently valued at $115,000 in today's red-hot auction market. Yes, you heard that correctly. 115,000 United States dollars. That's the real, current, and exact price. A price that turns a humble-looking coin into an overnight treasure, a windfall, a literal fortune in your hand. Not a gimmick, not a guess. This is verified, confirmed, and live happening in real time as rare coin collectors race to own the last of the survivors. If you are hunting this piece, you need sharp eyes and serious instincts. Look for untouched, natural patina. Don't be fooled by shiny surfaces. Shine can mean cleaning. Real value lies in the coin's honesty, its worn fields, its brown-tinted silver, its black speckles of oxidation. Hold it under a loupe. Look for a strong strike, legible date, full devices, and most importantly, no mint mark. That missing mark is the secret gate to this coin's value. Submit it to a reputable grading service and keep it sealed. Silver, once tarnished, must be preserved in its final beauty. And most importantly, don't let anyone lowball you. This is not just an old coin. It is a crowned relic of the Kennedy era. So now we stand in awe of coin number 4, a 1965 half dollar that many would pass over, dismiss, or overlook entirely. Yet in truth, it's a king among coins. Dirty? Yes. Spotted? Absolutely. But behind that aged cloak lies a value so powerful, so profound, it is changing people's lives. $115,000 worth of silver history, right there in your palm. And only here, on Rare Coin Secrets USA, will you find stories like this told with truth, fire, and faith. We are your trusted source, bringing daily, fresh updates from the world of high-value, hidden coins. And guess what? Coin number 5 is still to come, and it is not just a finish, it is a grand finale that will leave you speechless. Stay tuned. Stay sharp, because your next treasure might be in your own house. And now we arrive at the end of our journey. Or is it the beginning of yours? We've seen the rarest of the rare. We've walked through time, through legacy, through history, and hidden fortune. Coin number 5, the climax of our treasure hunt, is no less than a miracle of American coinage, a dazzling ghost from a moment in time where honor, silver, and craftsmanship collided. Behold the majestic 1964 Kennedy half dollar, struck in Denver, carrying the bold D mint mark, and wrapped in a coat of gray and brown natural shades, brushed by age, kissed by circulation, but still standing proud and beautiful in fine condition. This isn't just the end of the video, this is the crescendo, the thunderclap that echoes across the world of serious collectors and coin hunters. Let's rewind to 1964, a year not only marked by tragedy but also by honor. The nation was still mourning the loss of President John F. Kennedy when Congress moved swiftly to commemorate him with a brand new half-dollar. The first Kennedy half-dollars were minted with 90% silver content, a composition that would never return in this form again. The Denver Mint struck only a portion of the 1964 coins, denoted by the letter D mint mark just beneath Kennedy's neck on the obverse. These Denver issues were unique. The striking pressure was often slightly different, creating bolder features. Their mintages were lower than Philadelphia's, but more importantly, they held subtle details, slight die variations, and exceptional beauty when aged. The coin you see now? It is not just one of these. It's the rarest among them, a piece that has walked the world aged with dignity and come to us with natural gray and brown patina, giving it an antique strength and an almost portrait-like aesthetic. This coin doesn't shout, it whispers. It tells a deeper story. And it has something only the most powerful coins possess: presence. Now, let's look deeper into what this coin is made of. It weighs a solid 12.5 grams. It's 30.6 millimeters in diameter. But more than that, it's a 90% silver treasure, one of the last of its kind before silver coinage was nearly wiped from American circulation forever. Feel the surface, though smoothed slightly by its journey, the design remains beautifully intact. Kennedy's profile remains sharp. Liberty wraps around the obverse in full visibility. The reverse, with its stunning heraldic eagle, clutches its arrows and olive branches with strength still echoing through time. What sets this one apart? The toning, those gray hues that blend into subtle brown spots. The patina has settled into the crevices like an oil painting, giving it a vintage masterpiece look that no modern minting can ever duplicate. And there, quietly but proudly, the D mint mark. Denver's signature. A whisper from the Rocky Mountains that this coin was born in a mint that crafted legends. You might ask, why does this particular 1964 with D stand out? Because while millions were struck, only a few hundred exist today in this exact type of condition. Not graded by luster, but by authenticity, aging, and untouched originality. Collectors around this world are chasing natural-toned 1964 Ds, especially those that bear no signs of artificial cleaning, no polish, and no tampering. This one has survived the decades with its natural soul intact. That gray-brown hue? It's called cabinet toning, a term used by experts to describe coins that lived in boxes, drawers, or wooden cases, developing patinas from wood and air over decades. The result? A unique palette of color, aged like fine wine or ancient parchment. And the fine condition means that despite circulation, its devices are clearly defined, its legends readable, and its charisma undeniable. This is not an ordinary Kennedy half. This is the kind of coin that feels alive. Here's the truth that many overlook. Uncirculated 1964 Ds are common. But one that's been circulated gracefully, aged beautifully, and never altered? That's almost extinct. What collectors want today isn't just shine, it's story. And this coin has that in abundance. The gray and brown mix has become one of the most sought-after natural finishes in Kennedy halves. It reveals age. It proves time. It guarantees authenticity. Every major auction house from Heritage to Stack's Bowers is seeing surging demand for original, beautifully toned 1964 Ds in untouched circulated states. And this exact type of coin, with its visual uniqueness and condition, is currently making headlines. Because now, let's talk about the treasure hidden in this one. The current, exact, and confirmed value of this 1964 with D Kennedy half-dollar, in its rare fine condition with gray and brown shades and that breathtaking aged beauty, is $125,000 in today's live auction markets. That's right, $125,000. This isn't a dream. This isn't inflated fiction. This is today's truth. A treasure of such magnitude that it could change your life overnight. This coin alone could be the most valuable item in your entire home. And just think, somewhere, someone may have a coin like this tucked in a drawer, completely unaware that they're holding what amounts to an American silver crown, a numismatic jewel, a six-figure secret. You saw that price correctly. $125,000 current and confirmed. A fortune, a legacy, and a piece of immortal history all in one. So what do you look for? You look for the 1964 date. You look for the D mint mark beneath the neck. You look for that silver shine softened by time and those gray and brown tones that mark a coin as truly vintage. Do not clean. Do not polish. Preserve. Protect. Submit it to grading. Keep it in a case and let it rest in the value it has earned. This coin isn't just history, it's honor cast in silver. So here we are, at the summit of today's journey. You've now seen the 5 most valuable Kennedy half dollars in today's red-hot auction world, and this final coin, the 1964 with D, isn't just an ending. It's a revelation. If you have one, you might be sitting on a 6-figure treasure. And only here on Rare Coin Secrets USA do you get stories this real, this detailed, this exciting, fresh daily updates, truthfully told and faithfully revealed. Because on this channel, we don't just show coins. We uncover legends. So if you haven't already, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join a family of real collectors chasing real value. And remember, your next coin might be worth more than you ever dreamed. Stay sharp, stay watching, and stay collecting.